After over 2 decades, it finally happened. Somehow, Jedi Bob returned. Today we'll be taking a look at the 2024 Jedi Bob Starfighter that is based off Rebuild the Galaxy. The set releases on August 1st in the United States and will retail for $40 US. It has 3 minifigures, which we'll take a look at shortly, and includes 305 pieces. Here is a look at the back of the box, and you can tell that the Starfighter is a little bit different from the regular Starfighters. Inside the box, you will find 4 numbered bags, a sticker sheet, a random piece, and an instruction manual. Nothing too crazy to see here, move along. The first minifigure we'll be taking a look at is Servo, or SRVO, or as it looks like, a Gonk droid. It has a pretty cool look to it, almost reminiscent of the blue Super Battle Droids from the 2002 Republic gunship. It has a printed piece by the fluorescent green eye, which looks great. Overall, a very simple figure, but a nice addition. The next minifigure is the Akbar Trooper. This is a strange combination of a clone trooper and a Mon Calamari or Admiral Akbar head, making a very strange clone trooper. He has a Phase 1 clone trooper body and legs, and overall this is not a bad figure, but a very strange one. But most of these Rebuild the Galaxy sets are strange in some way, so I guess this is to be expected. Now, the figure you've all been waiting to see and own is Jedi Bob himself, and this is a top tier remake of a classic figure that probably would have never been remade if it weren't for Rebuild the Galaxy. He has what looks like to be a played torso and a headpiece to play the role as if Jedi Bob has been played with and sitting in a pile of Lego for years. Some people may have wanted a carbon copy remake, but I think this is better. He also has the soft cape, which I am personally not a fan of, but it's most likely so he can sit in the Starfighter without it bending too much, but honestly I would just take it off if it was the hard cape. He also has the old hood piece and an awesome alternate face, and no back or leg print like the original. In my opinion, LEGO did a fantastic job with this figure. Here is the minifigure lineup all together, and overall I have to say I'm very pleased with what's included. Now onto the Starfighter itself, and let me start off by saying that I never thought that Jedi Bob would have a set dedicated to himself. I thought the only way that we would get him again would be if he was an anniversary minifigure or came alongside a new set. But to get him in his own set is an added bonus. My first thoughts when I finished this was, dang, this is a pretty unique Starfighter compared to ones released in the past. What stuck out to me the most was the new hyperdrives underneath the actual Starfighter. They added a nice touch to the set, making it feel like a jet, and it's cool that there are some hockey skates inside them along with some yellow engines adding a nice color contrast to the red. While we are underneath the ship, you can see that there is a piece of landing gear which allows the ship to not have to rest on the hyperdrives. There are some clips underneath where you can put Jedi Bob's lightsaber for storage. It also feels more spacious on the underside since the set does not have to store an astromech droid anywhere. As we make our way to the back of the ship, you can see there are 3 thrusters in the back, and most Jedi Starfighters have 2, so the third one is like an upgraded version of the standard one. There are also black stands to help the Starfighter stand up straight, and it doesn't take away from the look of the Starfighter. Making way to the top of the Starfighter, you can see that the cockpit piece is much darker than the previous Starfighters, and maybe the reason for this is so Jedi Bob cannot be seen that well inside. Anyway, if you put him in there, he fits pretty well, and I have to say that using the soft cape does allow for him to squeeze in there without really damaging the cape, so maybe that was the right choice. Right below the cockpit is a secret sticker compartment which holds a blue milk carton and a banana. Jedi Bob was smart to pack some food for himself later on, and I really like this inclusion because I did not expect it at all. The front of the ship is very sleek and overall just looks fantastic. As we move to the wings of the ship, you can see that at the top of the wings there are some more stickers, and while we're on the topic of stickers, I have to say that they are my least favorite thing about this set. I always feel like I'm going to mess up the placement, and I guess I did a little bit on these as the angles are slightly off, but they do add a nice look to the Starfighter, and without them it would look kinda plain. On each side of the wings you can see that there are turrets, which are stationary, and spring-loaded missiles, and these are very common on LEGO Star Wars sets, so I'm sure you know how they work, but I'll test them out anyway. Let me also add that the Starfighter has great swooshability, so if you like to play with your sets, it's very durable, so you can make your Jedi Bob Starfighter fly if you really want to. Looking at the Starfighter from a distance, you can tell that it has a sleek design to it, as there's some nice patterns on the wings that look great, and it comes to a point in the front. Overall, I am very pleased with the entire set as a whole, as it looks great and comes with a classic minifigure. Like I said earlier, my only main gripe about this set is the stickers because of how easy they are to mess up, And with the rising cost of LEGO Star Wars sets, I feel like these parts should be printed. Obi-Wan Starfighter was $30 and it only came out 2 years ago, and now this is already $40. But it probably costs $40 because it's Jedi Bob, and I still think it's worth the $40. I highly recommend this as a day one buy, and I'll be doing some upgrades and alternate builds with the set in the near future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.